Hi everyone, in this lecture we will see an important interview question, that what is MySQL Joins and what are their types and how we can directly do a query in database and fetch the details using MySQL Joins. We will do some theoretical part in the starting for a few minutes and then we'll see the practical, and by the end of this video you'll get to understand everything about what are joins in details, so that you will get the confidence for the interview. So first thing is that why we are going to understand this MySQL Joins. So joins are basically type of, you can say, way to fetch data from multiple tables. So through that we will see how we can get the details from multiple tables. So two things: what are MySQL joins and why they are important for querying into a database. First thing is that why MySQL joins. So what are it? So the thing is that to combine two or more tables from database and fetching the details is related to MySQL joins. Second thing is that why are joins important? So this is important because we need to connect between more than one table to get data and query from multiple tables simultaneously at the same time. So that's why it is important to fetch details from multiple tables. What are their types is one of the important interview question. It is definitely being asked in every second or third interview. So there are four types: inner join, left join, right join and full join. Full join, sometimes called outer join also, like the opposite of inner join. So the thing is that when we are going for the inner join, we need to fetch details from the combining tables in which data are matching on both the tables. So for those data which are matching in both the tables will be fetched through inner join. Left join is fetching all the records from the left table and matching records from the right table. On the other hand, right table is fetching report from all the records from the right table and matching record from the left table, just the opposite of left join. Now the full join comes. It requires all the joins details, even if no data is matching in the either left table or right table, all the records will be fetched. So inner join, matching details; left join, left whole data and right matching; right join, right all data and left matching data; and full join, fetching all details, either matching or not matching. How to combine these details? So we will see how we will combine the details to multiple tables and get the data from the database. We can do with inner join and other stuffs. So let's go with the syntax and example in coming video. So now we are in the database. This is MySQL workbench. We have this database as client, in which two things are there. Two tables are primarily there. One is client address and another is client data. If I open this client address and open it, as you can see, one thing is there that it has its own ID. This row is of its own ID. Client data ID is the ID of this client data table, which is mapped with this ID. So if I search the client data ID, this is nothing but inside client address, client data is there, which is being mapped with this ID of client data. And address I have written the minimal data just to understand it clearly what are the different type of joins. If I open client data, it has nothing but its own ID and name. So only matching part is this client data ID of this client address is matching with client data ID. Also you can see one entry is extra in both the table. Which one is this? 1, 2 and 3 is the ID, and if I search in the client address, 2 is not there, 1, 3 and 4 is there. Also inside this table, this is third entry, it has the client data ID as 4, which is not inside this table. It has 1, 2, 3 only. So both table has one extra entry, this 2 ID of client data and this 4th ID of, or ID as 3 of client address is extra data. I will tell you just now why it is required. Now I will open an SQL editor. I will simply write a query, and query is very simple, to select on the two tables. So I will write select, let me increase the font size, star from which table? I will go with client data first. I will write client data, make it CD. CD is the alias. You can provide any alias as a short form which can be used earlier in the later stage. And I will say go for the inner join, and with which table you need to do an inner join on the other table. So write down the other table. So client address, make it CA, client address. So I am simply saying select star from client data, apply inner join on client address, and where is not used here. So we go with on what basis? On client data dot id is equal to client address dot client data ID, as these two are same thing. So I'll write cd.id is equal to client address dot client data ID. So we will apply an inner join on this. Simple thing. If you learn this, you will learn all the joins. Both all have the same syntax. And what is the difference? We will understand with an example. I am saying select star from client data inner join client address on client data.id is equal to client address dot client data ID. When I run this query, as you can see, we are getting only 2 records, and all the matching data are coming from both the table. These part, this column and this column data are coming from client data. 1 and 3 is coming actually. 1 and 3 is coming from client data because 2 is not present in this. 1 and 3 is only present. And ID 1 and 2 with client data ID is 1 and 3 is coming from client address, because these two were the only records, 4th was not there. So as you can see, this third entry which was not in the client data is now missed, and client data in which entry 2 was there, which is not in the client address, as you can see, is missed from this part. So both tables only matching entries are now coming, which were present in both the tables. So this was how we can go with the inner join. Inner join says only matching entries I will tell you, otherwise I will not tell you. What if I will change this inner join to left join? And also you can see which one is the left table. This is the left table. Client data is the left table. So if I open the client data, this 2 was not present in the client address, but using left join, what it says, all the entries from the left join, all 3 entries from the left join will be coming in the left join, and only the matching entries from the right table, that is client address, only 1 and 3 will be coming from the right table. So what will be written in place of these 3 columns if only these 2 entries will be there? So null will be present here. Let's run this. As you can see, these row and these 2 rows were the matching entries, like the inner join, and these 2 columns are coming from the left table, that is the client data. So if you can see, all the 3 entries 1, 2, 3 are coming from the client table, 1, 2 and 3, and matching entries are coming from the right table. The place where matching entry is not there, null is present. That is, in this, for 2 is not there, nothing is there, so null will be present. This is how the left join works. What if I go with the right join? If I go with the right join works in similar to the left join. It's just that whatever table you have written on the right hand side, if I put it on the same line and apply the on part after that, you can see this is coming in the left hand side, this is coming on the right hand side, and whatever I am applying in the right hand side is the right table. And if I go with the right join, all the entries of this right table will be coming, and only the matching entries from the left table will be coming, and this place where the entry is not matching will be null, just like the left join. It's just that things will be reversed. Now when I will run this query, as you can see, all the entries 1, 2, 3 ID and 1, 3, 4 as a client data ID are coming from this client data and client address. So 1, 2, 3, all the 3 entries are coming, 1, 2, 3, and only the matching entries 1 and 3 from the client data, because 2 was not in as a matching entry, so 2 is not coming, is coming here, and in the place where this is not matching in the client data, null is present. So this was about the right join. Someone may ask you, what if you put this table right hand side and this table on the left hand side, like here? So if I copy this part and put it here, and if I say I am putting this data here and this data at this place and apply this as a left join, and they can, whatever the interviewer is there, they can ask you for the clarity that if you are confident and well understood in this or not. What if they will say that you are applying right join with client address at right hand side and left join as a client address on the left hand side? So what will happen? So we will get all the entries in both the cases, and similar entries will be getting. It's just that the rows will be reversed, or sorry, column will be reversed. So when I am going with the column part, it will be reversed, but data will be same only. So as you can see, all the entries from this 3 columns from the client address is coming, only the matching entry from the client data is coming. In this case also same thing will happen, it's just that the columns are reversed. This is nothing but the address part only, and this is nothing but the data part only. Now when you are going with outer join, in this outer join all the details which are matching generally comes. So for that only we will write right join this and apply a union after this, union, and I will make it left join and run this part. So this is a kind of full join which generally written. If you go with other syntactical codes, in those cases you just write full join or outer join, but in MySQL it is applied using union. So these all are similar. In interview, if they will ask you to write, if that is not MySQL, just write full join. So let's start from one table, full join other table on whatever part you are going, or you can simply write outer join on the other table. So both are similar, but in MySQL, if they are going to ask, you need to apply union of left and right join. Now if you see what this is giving nothing but the full join. So this is that data which is only present in this address part, and this is that data which is only present in the data part of the client. So null is present. So now we have understood wherever the data is present and that is not present in the other table, null will be coming. So in case of inner join, all the data will be there, no null will be there. In case of left join, only left portion will be having complete data, right portion may have null in that. In right join, right table will have complete data, left table may have null part, and in case of full join, both the table data may have null part which are not matching with the one another. This was about the complete join, in which inner, left, right and full join we have understood. Besides this, there is a Cartesian join also, but that is very rarely used and only some databases basically use that. Thank you all for watching the video.